Hey, Hatstack Mike here, and I'm joined with some guests. Finally got a podcast going like I kept saying I was going to do. I'm here with AquaTwist and ShadeVortex. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going well, thanks. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Pretty good, just pretty chill Halloween.
Yeah, that's right. It's Halloween as we're recording this. I failed to put a costume on, but I was wearing one earlier, so I'm good. Maybe I'll post a picture.
Got my Chapter 4 shirt.
Oh, nice.
Only Halloween, really.
I am wearing a Smash Brothers shirt because it is relevant to our topic today.
Nice.
Yeah, which is, as you guys know, Masahiro Sakurai had a YouTube channel and he posted his final video where he confirmed that he is working on a new game. So yeah, let's talk about that and what that could be and just geek out about it because that's what we do, us Nintendo fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, so, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, I think we have like two possibilities where it's like, it's just Smash 6, Smash Ultimate Deluxe, and
Right.
there's people like me, it's like, hold it, let me get the Giga Brain for a second. What if Sakurai's game design philosophy and everything isn't just to educate, but a hint as to his next game? I think he's going to be doing something like that builds upon all this knowledge he's shared over the years, but in a smaller scale project. Think of like a Meteos, if you will, like a
Right.
new IP that's a lot smaller than like a Smash or like a Kid Icarus, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's interesting to think about because, my immediate thought was Smash, I'll just say, but yeah, he's directed stuff like Meteos and then he revived Kid Icarus with Kid Icarus Uprising and just, you never quite know what he's going to do. I'll throw this in here really quick. I had a poll on my Twitter because I wanted to see what other people thought, what people thought his next game was going to be, and the options were another Smash Brothers, Kid Icarus, Kirby, or something else. And the results surprised me. Something else won. Most people voted for something else, so they think he's just doing something completely new. I thought Smash Brothers was going to win.
Yeah, honestly, I think personally that it is more likely for it to be something else than Smash Bros. Because, Sakurai has talked many times about how he wants to kind of retire eventually, and I feel like as he's, especially since he's getting older and he's acknowledged that that's one of the reasons he did the YouTube channel in the first place,
Right?
Because he doesn't know how long he's going to be doing this for, and he rarely gets enough free time to do something like his YouTube channel. So I thought, he's going to want to do something that he's probably not going to have the opportunity to do very often anymore, because who knows how long he's going to still be creating games. So maybe he's going to be making a new IP or working on a IP that he wants to bring back that he feels like hasn't seen the light of the day in a long time. Something similar to the Kid Icarus situation. Maybe he'll do the same thing with Ice Climbers or
That would
something.
be cool, yeah. One thing to note is he did say he was requested to work on this new project, and I don't think, if I remember correctly, I don't think he said who it was. I think a lot of people like me assumed Nintendo, but it's interesting to think about what that could imply too. Maybe, Nintendo maybe just wanted to revive something else like he did with Kid Icarus.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
I was just thinking when you were saying that, Shade, I got the idea, what if you took Smash level UI and put it into like a Punch Out?
Yeah.
That would be great.
Oh, that would be
Queen
cool.
of Heaven. Anything, even Meteos, as I said before, even Kid Icarus, just beyond Smash, any UI made by Sakurai and his wife, incredible, S tier. It's just, especially with Metaphor. I know he's supposedly really big into RPGs. So if he gets inspired, he probably made this beforehand, but anyway, if he is getting inspired by that with what he's cooking, I'm very excited.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I did really like the Persona-inspired UI that Ultimate ended up having.
Yeah, it was so good. It's such a huge upgrade from Smash Wii U's.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about it probably end of the year or next year, but it's Smash itself, I feel like, Ultimate is kind of a great swan song for that series, because it's everything leading up to it, all the changes, the hypes, the ups and downs, and it's I don't think Sakurai can top that, and I think he's aware of that. So, right, Nintendo is just like, oh, just, we want more Smash, and Sakurai is probably like, I don't know, like, I probably want to, like, do something else. So there's probably some sort of compromise, but I'll let you two theorize as to what that could be.
I do think that if it is Smash Brothers, then it is more likely for it to be some sort of reboot or a major change of direction or style. Because, like, I don't think that there's any way that they're topping Ultimate in terms of content. That's just not possible. They can't do that forever. There's rights issues and there's budget scope. I'm sure that Ultimate was already really hellish to try to get all of the licensing done, and I don't think we're, for example, getting Sora back, and I don't think we're going to be getting even some of the Final Fantasy characters back. It's like Square Enix are notoriously hard to work with when it comes to rights content. I mean, there's a reason that there was only 3 songs for Final Fantasy VII in the original, like, Smash for Wii U.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not much more added that, like, isn't just a straight up song from Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
Like, it's straight up just Final Fantasy VII music. There's no additional music from the franchise because Square Enix is super restrictive with how their licensing is. They just had a license for Final Fantasy VII content, and that was it.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with the point that it's like, how can Ultimate be topped? But I don't know, I kind of thought that with Smash Wii U back then too. So it's like, if anyone's going to top it, it's going to be Sakurai. But it's like, that might seem kind of boring to people if it's just Ultimate with more being added. So a reboot is a possibility, but there's a lot to consider there because, for us more hardcore fans, a reboot could be justified with a lot of changes and stuff. But for the more mainstream casual audience, if it's just the new Smash Brothers but with way less characters, that's going to be a hard sell.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was thinking. But I'll let you speak.
Yeah, I think a reboot can be done with, like, maybe it's just a really robust story mode that's way beyond what they've done in the past that could justify less characters. Yeah, I think there's lots of possibilities there, but yeah, I'm just thinking, like, pitching it as a Smash Brothers with half the characters is going to be tough. And I know other, like, the more hardcore fighting games like Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, they often do roster refreshes or, like a new generation with way less characters, and then they add more DLC. And I know that's kind of more expected for hardcore fighting games, but the overall Smash crowd, there's a lot of overlap, but it's kind of a different beast. It's a lot more. It's like, I don't know if I want to say casual, but just for a mainstream audience, it's...
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't want to throw out the term, like, party game, but, it's... People aren't going to be... it's a different audience altogether. With some overlap, obviously.
Well, I also was just thinking, it's just... The hard thing about an Ultimate Deluxe is, if it would happen, I'm curious how the licensing would work. Like, would they need to, like, renew the... again?
Yeah.
Or did they, like, put a thing saying, like, oh, like, Switch 2 is already happening. Smash Ultimate, like, it's a final Smash, but is guaranteed to be on this console, so we'll extend these rights until then. If that isn't the case, and the game never gets ported, then there is, I don't know, like, I feel like maybe it is just done, and, Nintendo's done that before. It's like, oh, we can do so much with F-Zero, and it's like, nope.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it. It's like a battle royale game, but it's like, but you can do so much more. It's like, no, sorry, we're not doing it anymore. And I'm like, all right.
Right, and yeah, I have no idea how the rights stuff works, and it's just, if they didn't do a thing that kind of changed the rights for the next game, it could be difficult, especially with that many different third parties involved. And this is beyond the scope of my knowledge, but I kind of hope they did something that kind of secures them to be able to re-release it with more stuff. And I guess that's kind of my... Oh, sorry, Shay, go on.
I was just going to say, people do like to speculate, like, what if we're just going to get, Smash Ultimate with more content, like, literally. But the thing is that as far as we've seen, historically, as long as Sakurai is involved in the franchise, that's exactly what he does not want to do. He doesn't want to just port the previous game with more content. Each Smash Bros. Game is a new Smash Bros. Game. So as long as, if he is the one working on it, I don't think that's going to change. Like, it's going to be a new Smash Bros. For the new console, and not just a port of the old one with more content.
Right. You're right. That is typically what Sakurai pushes for. And I just don't want to think about cuts. My 3 mains in Ultimate are Sonic, Min-Min, and Banjo-Kazooie, and assuming they keep third-party, Sonic's probably safe, but then Min-Min was never one of the more popular ones, and who knows with Banjo, so... That's more me, personally, just not wanting to say bye to some of my favorites.
So me and Joker and Clown, I'm like...
Yeah. Oh, I hear ya.
I mean, I definitely understand that, too, because, like, some of my mains are, like, characters that are probably not ever going to be seen again just because they're too similar to others, like Dark Samus. If she does come back, she would probably just be an alternate skin for regular Samus.
Right.
And Dark Pit. But I also like characters that are probably not coming back just because of rights issues. Like, I like Sephiroth, but I don't think he's ever coming back.
Yeah. Unless they did, like you were saying, like somehow negotiate the contract for Ultimate where it's just like, hey, we're good for Ultimate and future games too, but I don't know how rights work. It's probably a dream there that they did something like that.
So, one other thing that could tie into Smash or new IP period, he mentioned in his latest video, and I think he recorded it like months in advance, because I think he was talking about that. He was saying the game's ready to be shown soon.
Yeah, that's right.
Guaranteed Switch 2 release window. So that could mean sometime at the end of the year, or maybe it could be a launch title. Maybe it isn't a Smash at first. Maybe it is the smaller budget title. Be like, hey, this is the Switch 2. It takes advantage of all these new gimmicks and features. This will never run on old Switch. It's made by Sakurai. It's really cool. I don't know. I think, it's like a lot of people are like, why do I want to spend in this economy like $400, let's say, on a new Switch? I could be like me and collect hundreds of Switch games. Well, you got all these better graphics and possibilities, and I think, especially Sakurai mentioned like the scroll wheel in one of his UI videos. He really wanted to do that, and I think he's gonna be finally able to implement something like that in his next game.
That would be interesting, yeah. And then I remember one of his videos about, his Kid Icarus Uprising videos, he kind of teased and said something like, wouldn't it be nice if someone ported this? So I've seen a lot of people speculating that too. I'd be totally cool with the Kid Icarus Uprising port. I would prefer a new game, because that series just has so few games. It's like, expand the series, but...
Yeah. I don't know. I also think it's just like, if it was to be like Kid Icarus, I don't know. I know that he mentioned, no, not him, sorry. I think Nintendo was working with Bandai Namco on something that was rumored a long time ago. And then Bandai is just like, oh, hey, we're cutting costs. We're cutting away a project with Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I think that is potentially the Kid Icarus that got canceled. And I think whatever this new IP is again, new IP or Smash something. The series is also 25. It's like, that is a huge year for this series that, in my opinion, has become a staple of Nintendo consoles. Like, I'll still enjoy it playing Mario, Kirby, Zelda, and everything, but it's like a Nintendo console without Smash. I don't know. That's kind of like, again, a Nintendo console without a Zelda. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah, I think no matter what, there's going to be Smash either way. Sorry, go on, Shane.
Yeah, I was just going to say basically the same thing. Like, no matter what, even if Sakurai is not involved in it, there will absolutely be another Smash Bros. Game. That's a fact. Like, Nintendo is not going to let that series die. It is too popular, it makes too much money, and I know Sakurai is not going to be involved with it forever. He might be involved in the next one, he might not. We don't know until he announces it. But I do think that, for sure, there's going to be one on the next console.
He did say something. I'm sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, obviously we're talking about Smash and a lot of it's great, and we're bouncing between these two things. So what are everyone's ideas of the new IP itself. Like, obviously, we theorize Smash could be a reboot, could be Ultimate Deluxe. Okay, fine. What could this new IP be?
Oh man, just like so many possibilities there. I don't even know what to say. I mean, he created Kirby when he was, I think, 19.
Yeah, around there.
So yeah, yeah, I don't even know what genre he would, because he even said like he sucks at puzzle games, but he made Meteos, and that was pretty cool. And then
I remember playing the DS Disney one as a kid. I never played the original, but that was fun.
Yeah, I played it a little bit. It was pretty fun. And I had no idea that like the Smash Brothers guy was involved in that until like way later. But
so Shade, what do you think the new IP could be?
Well, I'm of two minds about this because, like, it is true that Sakurai did say he was requested to make this, so I don't think it's something that he necessarily would choose to make on his own. If it were something he were just completely doing on his own, I was thinking along the same lines as you, that his next project would have some relation to do with his YouTube channel, where like maybe it will be a creative kind of game where it will teach people ideas and mechanics about how games are designed while you play one. I feel like that would be a really interesting approach because, like, you know, there are ways of making those YouTube video concepts of like how to make games into interactive concepts.
100%. I think like gamification is really useful nowadays. I've seen like, oh, Game Builder Garage, Mario Maker, and all these cool things. I feel like a lot of at least for me, I mean, I'm not speaking for everyone here, but it's like, I feel like a lot of these games have their niche and it's cool, but sometimes they don't click. But I think like maybe he's working with Unreal, Unity, Godot, or something where it's like, hey, I'm going to work with you and show how we work with this engine and gamify game design to like a mass audience, basically. Even if you never make a game in your life, you can check it out and be like, hey, you know, like learn from Sakurai himself about this sort of thing. I think that could be cool.
Yeah.
I was also thinking, what if you did an RPG? I know I was talking about Metaphor earlier and everything. I've heard that he really likes RPGs, you know, Persona, Metaphor, and stuff like that. It would not be AAA in terms of scope, I don't think. I think he might make an Undertale style thing where it's like very small, like requested by probably not Nintendo, but like maybe like, I don't know, just a sort of, what if it's like Nintendo's answer to Undertale?
That would be cool. And actually, yeah, now that I think about it, on his YouTube channel, like whenever he gave examples for game design, it was always RPG characters that he would have, like in the simplistic cartoon forms. And yeah, it was kind of Dragon Quest looking, but it was always like RPG characters used as examples. Yeah. I'm not going to go as far as to say as a hint for anything, but he clearly has a passion for that genre.
Right.
And you know, like, I will say that another possibility is that, you know, a lot of people don't tend to consider this because, like, people take it for granted. Of course, it's going to be a project for Nintendo because he's worked with Nintendo pretty consistently. But at the end of the day, you have to remember, he is a freelancer. He technically doesn't actually work for Nintendo.
Right.
And he could technically work for any other game company in the world. And if that were the case, I feel like the most likely scenario would be something like Namco Bandai. Because, I mean...
Because he has been working closely with them, yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
Tough, because, again, the Bandai Namco project got canceled, but he's showing this video that he's doing something, so I don't think it's either A, it's another thing with Namco, or B, it's like a different developer entirely.
Yeah.
I was almost going to write in my notes, PS5 Sakurai game, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, we've already seen the impossible this year in the industry, good and bad. It's not out of the question.
Yeah? Yeah, I'd be curious to see, like, a PS5 game from Sakurai that, like, really pushes graphical boundaries. I'm not, like, a graphics person by any means, but I don't know, seeing him spread his creative wings on like a really powerful system would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, going back to Smash Brothers for a sec, I just remember in a Smash Brothers Ultimate video where in his game design series, where he just covered all the games he directed, he said something towards the end where he's like, try to find a replacement director for Smash, but that didn't go go over so well. I think I'll just stick with this series. I can't see anyone else taking the reins. But again, that doesn't mean Smash is coming next, necessarily. Like, this could be still something completely different.
Right. Another idea I had was like, if we don't get an Ultimate Deluxe, they would probably advertise as like, hey, here's a free 4K upgrade for the game. Like, you can't like do anything with the licensing about that, but it's just, hey, like, this product itself gets changed, but not like the actual gameplay or everything. And then maybe like before Switch 3, then there's like, okay, we're gonna do a second Smash where this is the actual mainline game, this is a reboot, this is everything. By then it could be like a new person working on it. I think that could make sense.
That would make sense, yeah. And again, I don't know Right Stuff very well, but I feel like if it is a port of Ultimate, that would be way easier to clear with all the third parties. And hey, we're doing a new one where we're going to have to check with you on each aspect of this character. But yeah, it could go either way. I could see them pulling a Mario Kart 8 situation and just Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe, which, I don't know, as boring as it sounds, I personally would love that because they got so much content there already. Just keep adding to that. That would be really cool, but I know that kind of comes off as boring, too.
We'll have to wait and see. The Game Awards is next, well, by the time this video comes out, next month.
Yeah.
So, I think, what if he shows it then?
Ooh.
What if it isn't like a full-on Nintendo thing, and it is like for another company? I think it would be like, Persona 6 plus Sakurai's new game at Game Awards.
Yeah. That would be exciting.
Otherwise, if it is for Nintendo, I definitely think like whenever the Switch 2 comes out, like again within that 1 year gap window, it's definitely gonna like show something of it, even if it doesn't come out right away.
Yeah. He said soon in his video. He's like, hopefully this will be able to be shown off soon, but that could be a month, 2 months, 3 months. Who knows what soon means.
Yeah.
But I do think it's kind of likely we will see whatever it is at the Game Awards, whether if it is a Nintendo project or otherwise.
Yeah, I think if it's a Nintendo-related thing, it's probably tied to the Switch 2, which, who knows when that's going to be announced either. That's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we've covered this topic pretty well. Do you guys have any last thoughts on this matter?
No, I think that's good. I think a lot of developers, for good and bad, have tried to like avoid this year or delay this year and make next year insane. I think when Switch 2 drops, unless if it's a colossal failure, I think this is going to be an insanely new arc for Nintendo.
Oh yeah. Same here. I am looking forward to it.
I do think whatever Sakurai's cooking, assuming it is for Nintendo directly and Switch 2, I couldn't be more excited. I'm hoping he's doing well. I hope he's taking good care of his health.
Oh yeah.
No matter what he's doing, you don't have to be a workaholic all the time. Don't make Smash 6 right now. It's fine. You've earned a little cute break. Make something awesome. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well said.
I think it'd be kind of crazy if it ends up being like F-Zero.
Oh, that would be awesome. I want a new F-Zero game so badly.
I already like popped off at so many directs this year. I'm all set.
Yeah.
But that would be cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you both for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'll be sure to link your guys' channels and are there any last minute things you guys want to plug? Now's your chance.
I stream on Twitch TV.
Yeah. Whenever the Switch 2 drops, I'm going to drop everything and just talk about the menu of that because I'm very excited to see what it's going to be like. And Smash. I am going to make a Smash, like, retrospective. I just need to, one, get more subscribers, and two, like, sit down for, like, a solid month and just, like, really play those games again.
Yeah. I would definitely look forward to that. Yeah, you guys should subscribe to these guys because I've enjoyed quite a bit of their content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Subscribe to these guys, too.
Alright, well, yeah, I think that about does it. So, yeah, thank you guys again for joining, and I hope you all have a hat-stacking good day.